Good morning. How are you doing this morning? It is Thursday, and relationships tend to be the topic on the agenda for Thursdays. And going into a little bit of astrology the past few Thursdays and our relationship with the planets. And I'm going to be following that same theme today. Seeing that there is a full moon coming this weekend, the last eclipse of 3 eclipses. It's the completion of that energy. It's a really big energetic time. We're kind of closing the gateway on looking within and taking a look at the shadow side. And there's also 5 planets that are in retrograde, so they're seemingly moving backwards in the sky. And when this happens, there is a different energy that is pushing on us. And it's a time for us to shift gears a little bit. And I think we're seeing that in the collective at the moment. So I wanted to talk briefly about the eclipse, and then I'm going to just touch in on the planets just briefly. I'm going to see if I can keep this as simple and short as possible, but giving you enough information for you to take advantage of and optimize this time for yourself, and how you can connect in with this energy and make some potential changes in your life. So the full moon eclipse is occurring on July 5th. If you follow the tropical system, it will say the 4th, but it's really on the 5th. And through the Vedic system. So I don't want to dismiss the tropical, so I will take that back. The theme around this particular full moon eclipse is about energy. So, but energy in the sense of spiritual energy. So if you can increase your spiritual energy by meditating, yoga, breath work, any sort of pranayama, that's really going to help increase the spiritual energy within you. It's also a time to connect with water. It's this particular eclipse is in a water sign. It's in Scorpio, which is connected to the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is in that like lower abdomen area, below your belly button. It's around creativity and rebirth. And, for women, it's called like your womb space. It's that place where, you really can birth or create something new. So it's got a lot of creative energy. So if you are, looking to complete a project or work on something, it's a great time to do that. There is a mantra that goes along with this, similar to the one I shared a couple of weeks ago. So if you are able to get out and stand in the light of the full moon this weekend, the mantra is Om Adbhyo Namah, and I will put that in the description. As you can see, I'm going to talk about the planets in retrograde. Mercury is in retrograde, and today I'm definitely feeling the effects where I can't find my words. So we'll start with Mercury as far as the retrograde planets go. So I have touched on this before. Obviously, Mercury has to do with communication. So you may find some issues with communication. Travel is affected. Technology is affected. Mercury's in retrograde just for a short bit longer, until July 12th. However, there's a shadow period where for like 10 to 20 days after it stations direct, which is on the 12th, where you're going to still feel the effects. So just bear that in mind. And that also happens on the front end of a Mercury retrograde. This period of time is about redoing, rethinking, and reviewing. It's kind of the planet. So what in your life maybe needs to be redone or rethought through or reviewed in some way. The next planet is Jupiter. And Jupiter is retrograde until September 12th. And Jupiter really is in retrograde, is encouraging us to go within and tune into our inner truth. What is your inner truth? What is true for you? The next planet is Saturn. Saturn is retrograde until September 28th. And again, this is similar to Mercury. It's about revisiting and reviewing the past in order to instruct the future. So you're basically in this Saturn retrograde period, you're taking what you've learned from the past, bringing it into the present to then instruct your future and create plans around your future from that place of learning. Pluto is next. Pluto is retrograde until October 14th. Pluto is all about taking that deep dive to find and seek what's beneath the surface, what's lurking in the corners. It's very shadowy. It's that planet that's like really far out in the sky. And it really is pushing on us to go to the depths, to really dig in and find those nooks and crannies of things that we are not always comfortable looking at. And the last planet is Neptune. Neptune is retrograde until November 28th. And Neptune also is about going into the depths. It's connected with water as well. It's about also being very aware of boundaries. Sometimes when we feel the effects of the Neptune retrograde, we loosen our boundaries. Sometimes our boundaries disappear. We can find ourselves in a fantasy world. We're always, we're seeking the ideal outcome. And that's beautiful and great if we are coming from a place of knowing what the truth is. So taking advantage of this Jupiter period to get clear on your truth so that you can then implement that with the energy of Neptune, seeking that ideal. So once you know your truth, you can use the Neptunian energy to propel you forward to find that ideal for you. So lots of really good stuff happening right now planetarily that will help us expand and grow and transform our lives and hopefully change for the better. If we have an awareness around what's going on within ourselves, we can then have this ripple effect out to all of those around us. So hopefully this has been helpful to you. I would love to know, how these planets are affecting you, what content that I can share that might be more beneficial, that might be really helpful to you during this period of time. I'm happy to do some videos on things that you really are struggling with or finding challenging in your life. And please share this with anyone you think may benefit, because we learn from one another. I will see you here tomorrow. Bye for now.